In times like these, it's always good to have something that you can prepare a lot of really quick and something that'll be super filling and pretty healthy as well as pretty cheap to make. So that means it's always a good idea to have one of these, a slow cooker. One of my all-time favorite kitchen gadgets just because it's just a matter of dropping things into it, letting it cook for a few hours. Super easy, but you can make some amazing stuff, and today I'm going to show you how to make enchilada quinoa, one of my favorite slow cooker recipes that I learned all on my own. One of the nice things about this recipe is that aside from the dairy, the rest of this is non-perishable, so just keep everything in your pantry until you're ready to make this, and then you'll be good to go. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is get your beans ready. Now, I use chickpeas on this, but black beans will also do the trick. And if you're using chickpeas, don't forget to save the liquid in there. It makes a great egg white substitute. Then toss them into the pot, get them ready to go. And then you can start getting in the rest of your ingredients as well. After I put in the beans, I like to grab a can of corn. Then I'll just drain it out. Just not use that liquid that's in there. Adds a little more sweetness than what I'm used to. Then I'll add in the first can of enchilada sauce. And I'll save the next two towards the end. Next, take a can of tomatoes. Any will do as long as they're diced. You can put them in. And then maybe add in some spices here if you want to add a little more heat to this. Stir it up and add some quinoa. And then once you're done that, just stir it up a little bit more. Every ingredient that I add, I like to stir it up a little bit more. Just keep things nice and even. Love how that looks. Then add in some water. Now it's time for the cream cheese. And this is the messiest part because you're going to take this block of cream cheese and just shred it up with that cheese grater. I know it doesn't look like it works, but trust me, it does. Once you get it down to a little nub, just start splitting up the rest of it, add it in there, and then stir it in a lot and get it all nice and incorporated as you get this ready. Next thing you want to do is add in some seasonings. I added in some salt and pepper, and also something else that goes good in here, chili powder, and also a little bit of cumin, just a couple of pinches full. Just add in some extra flavor. Add in the rest of that enchilada sauce, and maybe one day in a future video, I'll show you how to make this from scratch. Next, stir it up a little bit more, add in some cheese on the top. I'm just using just a regular block of cheese, but anything that you love, you can add in here as well. Just get a nice even layer on top, turn it up to high for 3 hours, then in the last hour, turn it back to regular heat. This prevents burning on the sides, makes it a lot easier to clean, and gives you more leftovers in the end as well. And look at that, 4 hours later, bubbling hot, all ready to get served up. So just turn off the slow cooker, then grab yourself a ladle and grab a bowl. This goes great with chips. Also, makes a great dip on its own, and the leftovers will last forever. One crock pot will give you about 6 to 8 servings.